Hello viewers, so here we are then, a look at Forza Horizon. First time I've got a chance to get near it this year. I popped along to an event last week where Ralph Fulton, the game director, was telling us about the game, how it's developed to this point, what it's going to be all about, before demonstrating it here on the screen. You can see some action, we filmed a bit of that as well, and also showing us the map in great detail. And what's great about this map, it's the first time I've seen the full map actually all laid out in motion. It's also the first time I've seen many of the different events that you're going to be finding on the map as well, and sort of the layout of it, so what you're going to be driving around, all the different areas you're going to explore. This is great to see. So it was a good opportunity for a hands-on, and also to test out the different handling systems that are going to have. And a lot of you have been questioning the handling, you know, what's it going to be like, and we'll get to that in just a moment. But first then, just a browse of the map in all of its detail. Camera was a little bit shaky here. Going to whack it on tripod. The image stabilizer failed in the camera, typical. Just at a moment when we have something interesting to look at. So he's just showing us the different, obviously, events that are going to be taking place there. The icons at the moment don't mean a great deal to me. And now we stabilize the camera, that's better, so we can have a nice closer look at the screen now. And you can see there all the different events and freeways that you're going to be driving around, things to discover along the way. And we'll be looking at just a very small bit of this in the gameplay. I can tell you that driving around all of these roads is going to take a very, very long time, so there is going to be lots to explore. As for the big massive gaps between the roads, I don't think you're going to be able to drive into any of that. The feel is much more like Need for Speed Most Wanted, if you like, rather than Test Drive Unlimited, you know, where you have that total freedom. You can't just drive off the road into that building over there. You're sort of stuck, if you like, on the rails of the road. Before this demonstration, just showing different times of day was shown on the screen there, so Ralph was pointing this out to us, how it works, the detail. Nice to see. Obviously graphically the game is very detailed indeed, and of course driving at night as well, which is new for Forza Motorsport, and they've worked, you know, a lot on sort of neon and lighting glows of it all. Everything looks very spectacular. Before a quick look here at the sort of Forza garage we've all come to know, but with a bit more moving camera. I think that's different this time, a bit more shaky moving camera, making it look a bit more stylish. It's all about the music and the atmosphere as well, but as ever, the incredible detail of Forza Motorsport is on display there, and you can see that. So fantastic. We'll look at that more when we have some direct feed, of course, but let's see some racing action. So first you need to drive to your event. You start off in a high-speed car for a minute, just driving to an event, nice intense race, and then after that you get your first car. And I was just having a muck about here, seeing how fast the car could go, just having a little test really, driving to my first event. Okay, so I've got an event now, which I just thought I'd leave that in for you guys. You can see there actually I had the mic in the headphones just to get you guys the audio, so I didn't actually have any audio when I was playing this. So let's look at the difficulty then. You can see the game difficulty there, the different settings that you have. Will be familiar to many a Forza player out there, and I'll go through the subtleties of the handling. Obviously the first thing I want to do is start on just the medium, find out what the standard fare is that everybody's going to be playing. But we will get rid of the racing line because it just kind of gets in the way a bit. The braking line actually helps me a little bit because I've not got the headphones on, so it sort of guides where you're going, if you like. And we'll turn down the audio because obviously we're not allowed to play music on YouTube for you guys. The game is a lot about the music actually. It's a shame we do have to cut the music when we're actually demonstrating it, because the music adds a lot in atmosphere, and we will have a video with the music in it as well. So a look at the different views first, you know, trying out the basic handling, seeing how approachable it is. Visually, obviously, there's a lot of detail there, very colourful. and I'm using obviously the cockpit cam. I'll have a look around this in a later video. You can see the replays in the bottom corner there of this run. So this is all filmed off screen, of course. And as you can see there, I'm using the controller, and I'm not at all used to using the controller these days. It's amazing. I used the controller for years, and spend a few years on the steering wheel, come back to a controller, and you realise you've just simply forgotten how to drive. But as it is, the handling is nice and easy and intuitive to get into. This is for any player really. But what works is the fact that it's intuitive. You know, you understand the slides, and you'll see a few times where I'm power sliding and I overdo it, and it's just really, I suppose I'm looking at where I can get more speed out of it. And I'll come back to assists on and assists off in a later video. Suffice to say, I'll say it now and I'll repeat it later. If anyone played Forza Motorsport 2 with ABS off, you can expect a similar experience on this, which means it's a bit tough with ABS off, with constant wheel locking. So taking the lead there. It's a bit of bump and grind racing. You can't hang about on this. You need to get the lead, get these races done. We want faster cars. We want to get in there, see what it's all about. Nice road, so as ever. Somebody pointed out my favourite word, undulation. There's lots of undulation. And we have the fireworks across the line. So that's the first race there of Forza Horizon.